Buying a MIDI keyboard can feel like a real hassle, right? You are investing in the instrument that you want to make your life easier when making music. It will be with you for a long time, and you need something that doesn't block your creativity when you are in the zone, but more of a creative partner. That's why I've put together a list of 5 things to watch out for when you're making that big decision. My number one priority is the key feel. As a classically trained pianist, the feel of the keys is very important to me. While this might be my personal top priority, I believe it should be a significant consideration for anyone looking for a great MIDI controller. Having good keys translates to precision when playing a riff or putting a short musical idea in your arrangement. Sure, you can always use the DAW's draw mode and input the notes with the mouse, but doing it on the keyboard is always faster and honestly more human. Instead of editing tedious velocities or timing to feel more natural, of course if you want that, you have all those expressive parameters already baked into your performance, often needing to make only small adjustments. In the same way, bigger keys are usually more comfortable to be played as they fit the natural size of the hands the best. Chords that use combinations of black and white keys could be difficult to execute when having tiny keys. Playing simple melodic lines should be okay if that is your thing though. Also, getting an 88 key controller usually implies heavy playing keys, similar to that of a piano. If you don't have a background in playing those kind of keyboards, it will be harder for you to get accustomed to them, and it will probably lead to fast hand fatigue. Your goal is to be comfortable and get fast, fluid results, so pick the key field that genuinely suits your playing style. Next up, my number 2 on the list is software and integration with your DAW. This is something many MIDI keyboards lack. And when you get something that is just plug and play and integrates with no problems with your DAW, it feels like a true blessing. Sometimes the default integration might not be your taste, so you will feel the need to optimize. I would say that is a good thing because it shows you are progressing and learning new things. But starting a setup from the ground up, hunting for information on how to do this where there is little to none, is a daunting task. Many people get discouraged and even give up their first time around. Because of this, a good, easy to understand user manual is a huge plus. I'm guilty of wanting to learn everything from YouTube reviews. And while they're great for initial impressions, I've learned that if you want fast, efficient results, nothing can replace a comprehensive user manual. Number 3 on the list is clarity in what you are doing. For example, if I turn a knob, I should know what I am doing. If you've got 8 knobs on your keyboard, unless you're literally putting stickers on them and labeling each one, which can be a bit messy, you're probably not going to memorize them all. That is why a screen is necessary. And not any screen, but one that is clearly readable. And as the saying goes, bigger is better. Also, the quality of that screen matters. OLED technology and color screens give you a much better visual insight into what you are controlling, making your workflow smoother. Moving on to number 4 are the controls. Lots and lots of controls. The more the better. Even if you don't use all of them right away, it's always better to have more options than to be restricted. As you progress in your musical career, the more you practice and make music, the more you'll discover new techniques and parameters you can't live without. So having those controls at your fingertips to make small changes that go a big way musically is what you need. Considering the keyboard will be with you for at least 2-3 years, you will always need to map something new somewhere. And if you have no buttons left, that is a blow to your workflow and ultimately to your evolution as an artist. Finally, the number 5 thing is of course money. How much does it cost? And this can go two ways. You either have a limited budget and you have to make sure you get something worthwhile in exchange for the money, or you have a big budget and need to consider if the device is not actually overpriced. Let's take the first case. This is where you'll care about the number of keys, pads, build quality, feature set, and put them in balance with more expensive devices. My thought process is that a good budget MIDI keyboard should have at least 2 or 3 strong points and the other just normal. Because it's a budget device, you can be sure they made some cuts on some features. Make sure those cuts aren't in the departments that you are interested in the most. For me, I would take a keyboard with less features but good quality keys, or I would pay a bit more for good DAW integration right out of the box. The other case is having a big budget and putting it all on the line for a MIDI keyboard. Here, I would expect all of your top priorities to be checked. But even then, some other devices might offer similar top tier features. So you have to look further down the line and see if those less interesting features are truly worth the extra cost for you. Alternatively, consider getting a slightly cheaper, still excellent MIDI controller and investing the difference into other studio essentials you might need. Maybe a high quality sound card, some professional headphones, or even visual things to make your studio space as welcoming and inspiring as possible. A cool light, a plant, or an inspirational toy. Your environment truly impacts your creativity. So tell me in the comments section, what are your top 5 priorities when buying a MIDI keyboard? Are mine close to yours? Of course, if you do not have a good PC to run your keyboard, DAW and plugins, you might want to check out my build and get some inspiration. Cheers!